Good morning, guys. Welcome back to another episode of City Skylines. Hope you're doing well today. So we're jumping straight in the action with new residential developments and a lot of people moving into cities. We've got some high residential coming in over here. We've got some mixed-use residential and commercial over here. Going to both be bringing in some people and bringing in some jobs as well. Having the shops underneath definitely helps a hell of a lot. And I was thinking about the education system. So we are still battling, we're doing fine for colleges, and I was reserving this space for a college here. But I think I'm going to decide, what I've decided to do is I'm going to actually use it as more space for our education, for our lower education system. So our elementary schools and our high schools. So I'm going to put in another elementary school there. And I'm going to run high school over there. The other elementary school is going to put it in there. It's not good. That's what I've done wrong. Okay, so let's move this for now to see what we've done. Okay, so the other elementary school needs to actually go that way. Fit in there like that. Perfect. Okay. What we're going to do is we want to bring in just some alleyways so we can bring in some additional parking. Like that will also just go a little bit of the way. Then I'm going to drop in some parkings. Some small ones for now. And I'm going to fully upgrade all of these facilities. That should hopefully bring our lower education into the green. So elementary school is still light green, and our high school's gone back up to nice and green. So we're doing fine from that perspective. And maybe just a little bit of detailing in here. So use my line tool. It's the mod, one of the mods that I've got installed. This is the line tool that gives me the ability to be able to do this. So it allows me to choose the age of the tree. Otherwise, by default, the system only allows you to put in small trees, and you've actually got to wait for them to grow. So I just circumvent that a little bit by being able to detail with age trees. If you've got the money, you can bring in, you can buy trees whatever age they are, and you can come in and plant them. So I like the fact that it allows your city to grow and sort of mature with the fauna and flora, but to be honest with you, I just prefer to be able to put in whatever I need whenever I need it. Okay, so I'm just going to run in a small road down the back here. I'm going to remove the pedestrian crossings and the traffic light, and the same thing over here on this little road. Perfect, and I'm going to just add that, and then I know that this is where my highway intersection is going to come off. So you can see I've put in the highway and ramped it around for the moment. So I know that my off-ramp is going to be, and it's going to come into this part of the city over here. So I'm just going to remove traffic from these sections of the roads. The streets look a little bit nicer. And then this should give us the ability to be able to put in 2 big parking lots over here. So we should be able to put one over there. Doesn't allow me to do that. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to turn the snapping off, and I'm going to turn it around, and I'll be able to just put it in place. Just make sure there's no like errors or little icons that pop up that tell you that there's no pathway or any way for people to be able to find. So now we've got quite a lot of additional parking in the city. We've got some higher businesses and higher residential coming in here. You can see the city's getting nice and busy. Okay, I've also been a little bit busy off screen, so you can see what I've done is I have brought in another highway along this side. I haven't finished any of the grid zoning or anything across the highway, which will be our next block of our city over here. And I think the next we'll have 4 blocks of our city, so we'll have 100,000 people in each block. So we're looking at about 400,000 people just within a small area of the city. And I've expanded out the territory out this side. So you can see I've expanded the industrial area out a little bit. I've only brought in a little bit more industrial because there's a little bit of demand on the I have brought in the coal manufacturing or the coal processing. So if you have a look at the coal, so you can see where the blue area is, that allows you to be able to put coal and allows you to be able to put ore mining and stuff as well. So we might want to do some ore mining over here, I think. We just need to unlock that territory in order to be able to do that. So yeah, so I've expanded the territory a little bit. Looks like we're having a bit of a problem with depth. So you can see a lot of icons are popping up all over the map, which means we don't have enough availability. So you can see we're kind of going in the orange. So just to sort that problem out, what I'm going to do is I'm just going to bring in another facility on this side, an industrial area. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to upgrade it with as many small facilities as I can. This just allows for more processing. But it definitely helps. So more hearses, more people can get back here, and the more people can, or the more bodies and stuff can be taken care of from there. So you can see we've got a little bit of issue at the moment, so we're just going to let it run, and we'll let that take care of itself. So if we have a look, you can see the hearses going out full force, using this road, which it's not supposed to be there, at least not for the moment. Okay, so let's just put in a little bit of infrastructure across the highway on this side. So I want to turn some of the snapping off, and I want to bring this up by 168, and down by 168, 120, 168. That's going to probably allow us to put 2 in here. That's fine. Then just make sure that this is 168. Okay, so once I've got that measured, I want to take this off so that the cars aren't able to use it. And I want to bring it across the side as well. So 168, make sure it's 90 degrees. It is, it's perfect. Okay, so we go up by 168, 20, 68, 20. Go up by 2, I think. I'm just going to manually do it from here as well. Drop that in. You can see, so I've closed off the highway, so if maintenance trucks do come along and people do come along this part of the highway, there's no way for them to get off, there's no dead end, and it allows them to be able to turn around and use it again or whatever they need. Okay, so let's just check this, make sure this is okay. So this is 90 degrees, perfect. So we're going to come out a few, wait, I want to make that straight before I lock it in. Go. We are going to have to come out 12. I'm building up a little bit of money in our kitty, so maybe if you don't look at our recycling ability, maybe just upgrade our facilities a little bit on that side first. Okay, so let's just do that. So here's my recycling facility. So I'm going to use what they call the hazardous waste collection point. And I'm going to add another 2 in. And what that does, that increases the processing speed of the garbage. And then what I'm going to do is I'm going to run little alleys up this way, and I'm going to hook that up to the main road. That allows me to lock in some more facilities on this side as well. So just removing pedestrian crossings, stuff we don't need, traffic lights we don't need. Then I'm going to bring in 2 of these buildings, so large amounts of garbage can be stored and processed. So that's going to help us a lot. You see it's bringing our garbage status back into the green, which is exactly what we want. It's perfect. Okay, we also want to look at our water, make sure our water supply is doing okay. Everything seems to be okay. Our sewage processing seems to be okay. Okay, we are generating some coal. So I think what we're going to do is we're going to maybe bring in our power station now. So I'm going to remove these roads. You can see also I redirected the traffic from the highway. I've got an intersection here, and that then turns the traffic into whatever direction it needs to go, because I want to be able to bring in shipping, and I want to be able to maybe bring in the airport over here. I'm going to have a highway running directly to the airport, so it's going to be perfect. Okay, so not great that we've got this. I'm just going to leave it this extra piece of road on there for now, but I do want to, because we do have the money, and I want to start using some coal. So I'm going to put the coal power station there. Always move it at a later stage, but I want to upgrade 2 things straight away. So using making the processing more, using less fuel, and then cleaning the filter so there's not so much pollution going into the environment. Okay, then what I'm going to do is I'm going to build in some transformer stations. So I'm going to put in a transformer station over here, just for the moment, and I'm going to run underground cables, high-powered underground cables to those points. And I'm going to run that to that transformer station box over there. And then what I'm going to do is I'm going to run the main one from the electricity station, high-powered line. So now, if we look at the electricity, we are now actually exporting electricity to the outside world as opposed to importing it, which is going to help us with our income as well. And we've got a beautiful power station in. Maybe we can push it back a little bit. I know that the facilities, the additional storage yards are quite large. You can see we have just enough space at the back to be able to put 2 in. And we could just use the space to maybe just add a little bit of greenery. At the moment it doesn't look great. This massive power station just producing power and sending it off out to the ether. Okay, and then I want to just talk about upgrading this intersection as well. So I'm going to pause the simulation, and what I want to use the prefab intersections that we've got unlocked, and I want to use this clover. So you can see that you can kind of put it over where you need to, but you'll see that one section of the intersection is actually raised, and the other section of the highway is normal level. So you've got to decide where the raised highway is going to be and where the lower raise is going to be. So I'm going to use the raise going up this way, and then just the normal ground level highway coming in this way. So I'm going to delete about 2 from each side, and maybe about the same there. Okay, so what I do want to be able to do is I want to be able to grab the intersection, and I want to be able to see. Okay, so what we can do is we can remove these off ramps and on ramps for now, and just drag this back a little bit. The same thing over here, we're going to just drag back a little bit. Okay, so let's have a look. So, okay, we've got a small idea of basically, so what I'm going to do is our idea of like distancing. So I'm going to bring this out a little bit more. And I'm going to bring this down a little bit more, just that we can get a better idea of lining up the points. Okay, so you can see it's immediately snapping to the highway, which is perfect. It seems to be snapping perfectly, so I'm going to lock that in. Boom. Okay, so the only thing that might be off is this might be off a little bit, but it doesn't seem to be. It seems to be okay. Okay, that allows me now to fix the freeways or the highways. This we're going to have to bring down a little bit, so I'm just going to take it back by 2, and then we'll be able to bring the highway intersection down like that, and the same thing on the side. It's a little bit much, but it's fine for now. Okay, perfect. So we have a beautiful highway intersection. You can always upgrade it as we need to. And then I want to be able to bring back in these slip lanes. So these are 2 lanes. So I need to just put it back in. Obviously, because I've drawn it back in now, we've got the pedestrian crossing again, and the intersections also. Traffic lights have come back as well. Okay, so now we've put in the intersections here, so now I can bring in the off-ramps and on-ramps. I don't think this is going to be used very much, but it allows like the trucks that are going to be bringing all the coal directly onto the highway and then take it to wherever they need to take it to. So it's good. Okay, so let's just drag that right up until that point. It's a maintenance truck. Okay, that just allows the trucks to have closer and quicker access to the coal power plant. So they can literally come across the highway and go and deliver the coal. So you can see, so we're having coal delivered now by a truck. It should go up by a little bit. Seems to be, there we go. So 20 tons of coal have just been delivered to our coal power station, which is fantastic. Okay, and the same thing here, I want to bring in the off-ramps and on-ramps. eventually they're going to be able to go all around to other parts of the city from the other side, so it's a good thing. So that should be those two frames taken care of on the side and the side. Yeah, so we didn't do the grass on the side. I don't think it's necessary because there's no people living there that far enough away. So there's never going to be a lot of cars parking there anyways. Let's just keep with consistency to do that. And if you see if cars are starting to use this, it looks like a little bit of traffic, a little bit excessive for the moment, but we are going to grow our city exponentially. And when we do, I want the infrastructure to be able to handle it. Okay, so we've got that intersection in, and we've got this traffic circle here. So this is kind of going okay for now. So I'm thinking of maybe bringing in the other intersection here, because we have the other highway coming from that side. Outside connection coming in this way. It's not very busy at the moment, but it will start getting a lot busier. So I'm going to pause the simulation and try and do the same thing that I did again on the side. So I'm going to delete just a little bit of the road, and the same thing from the top. Okay, and I'm just going to use my eye just to see the level. It seems to be a little bit off. It's naturally snapping. So we are going to have to remove the off ramps and ramps. Just have snapping. I don't know how. Looks like it's a little bit off. So if we turn the snapping off, try and just play it by eye. Snapping's not going to allow it to. Oh, and I just clicked the right mouse button by accident. I think that's a little bit off, but it's good enough, I think. Okay, so yeah, you can see it's just slightly off. Hopefully not too noticeable. Let's just remove that back so it's less noticeable. Oh no. Okay, it's not perfect, but it's fine. It's fine. But it locked in there perfectly, but it didn't lock in there perfectly. So it's off there as well. Okay, anyway. At least we have the intersection in. Not perfect, but it's there. Okay, so we're going to add. We don't want the parallel tool off, so we want to add the off ramp, on ramp again. Just remove the intersections and the pedestrian crossings. Okay, perfect. And let's just have a look at what we're doing with the maintenance vehicles. So we seem to be okay. What does this do? So it increases the work for longer. Just upgrade a little bit. Okay, and then we're going to do the off ramps and on ramps over here. I'm a little bit worried about it being so close to the intersection, but if it gets bad, we'll just move this whole off ramp. Okay, and remove that. Okay, so that's in as well. So the cars can now get into that side as well, and then start allowing them to come into the side of the city, I think. So the same thing, I'm just going to put some frames in. Not pretty, but it's working. Okay, so I'm just going to take traffic lights out. And the pedestrian crossings out. Okay, perfect. Cool. Okay, so that one's in. And I want to add another communications tile, but we have access to the bigger one now, so I want to maybe just bring one of the bigger ones in. That should give us huge coverage. It's perfect. And just make sure we remove the traffic light from there. And these are the roads that link up to the main road, so I want to put in pavements, grass, so that cars can't park on those roads.
Time for another listener poll. I'm thinking it's time for a new hairdo, folks. So what color should I
don't mind them
my
parking
hair
at the back of the
this
university.
time?
That's fine.
I saw a lady with nice bright pink braids yesterday.
These buildings we
and
put in
there's
earlier,
an
they're just too
option.
close together,
Of
so I was
course,
thinking
when
maybe
I was
we
young,
could
I hate-
change the radio station. Sorry, I just don't like the adverts. Okay, so how are these parkings doing? Jeepers, one of them is almost completely full. This mixed residential is actually looking really nice with the different height levels of the buildings. Do you have the simulation running again? Put in another intersection over here. An intersection over there. So far we're looking good, guys. We've got the highway intersection, we've got coal going in, we've got the power station in, which what we've been wanting to do for quite a while, quite a few episodes now. We're also exporting coal, so we're making a little bit of extra money from that. We have upgraded our recycle facilities to try and keep up with demand. It's just barely keeping up, but it is keeping up at the moment. And yeah, perfect. We've added a little bit more residential, some high residential, a little bit more offices, a little bit more parking. We've also added some more mixed-use buildings. We've definitely done a lot of upgrading to our infrastructure. So you can see our communications should be, sorry, if I just go off that and just go to the info panels, and I just go to the communications, you can see the city is using a lot of communication, because there's obviously a lot of people working there. So not a lot of people here, so a lot more internet availability over here. We can also use the ability to upgrade. We can buy a server farm. We can also buy a satellite uplink, which also improves speed, improves distance and stuff as well. So it's perfect. Okay, so let's just finish off this side of the neighborhood. And let's get this part in. So 168. You have to go out a few more. Still in line, so that needs to be 90 degrees. It is still 90 degrees, so if it's still 90 degrees, we're still doing okay. Never made a mistake somewhere. You just move your mouse a little bit and suddenly your meter just changed. So, not perfect, but see 168. Okay, so then we can move that as well. Alright, so now we've got, let's build these interchanges off here, because now we've got highway access on this side. 2, 3. And the same thing here, so 1, 2, 3, it's going to be over here. 1, 3. Cool. Okay, and then 4-lane one way. All snappings on. Make sure it's perfectly in the center of the block when you snap it in. Okay. Okay, we can immediately keep it cross because we know it's going to be a highway intersection. And we're going to use the grass and go all the way up. So maybe the lower residential via the on-ramps and off-ramps to be able to get on and off the highway is probably not the best idea. Okay, and the same thing here. I want to just do another one here. Gives people the ability to travel different ways, or the quickest way to be able to get to a point. it might be easier for them to get on the highway than it is to cut through the city when it's like peak time traffic. So that's the idea, at least. Okay, so I just want to remove some of this fauna and flora, and I just want to use the automatic tool that does that. So I'm going to take the snapping off, turn the brush rest to 100%, and just bring the brush size down quite a lot. Just gives me the ability to be careful and not overly destroy anything I'm not supposed to. So I know we are going to bring in some more high residential on this side, some more medium residential as well. So I wonder if we should start rezoning it, or we should start using our new section out this side. Okay, we do want more communication, so I want to put in some more communication towers. I don't think these are actually helping very much, it doesn't seem to be. The bigger ones? The big ones definitely make a difference, so put the big one over here. A little bit of overkill, but increase the capacity dramatically. I think that's above the ground. Okay, let me delete that. Oh, alright, so back down to ground level. Not pretty, but it's fine. It's fine. Okay, big ass communication tower, like right in the middle of nowhere. Perfect. Cool. Okay, so that actually helps us quite a lot. It's taking us more into a green color. So if I do the same over here, we'll just take us into complete green. I don't know if it's overkill, guys. I mean, they're pretty happy anyways. Reliable internet service. We're getting 2 happiness from just that alone. So I think it's fine. I think I'm going to leave it. Okay, and I think we're going to bring in some more, just some normal medium residential here. But I'm going to create a lot of space just so there's a lot less noise. Bring in a few more families into the city. Don't want to build this, I just want one building. And the same thing with detailing again. Use the line tool. I'm just going to draw it to. You can see, guys, I mean, we've got like 11.5 million in our kitty. We're earning 265,000 a month. You know, there's plenty of money. Our unemployment's not too high. We've got basically coverage of all our services now. So medical we covered, death care we covered, our recycling we covered, our education we covered. Our fire care we covered, our police station we covered, transportation is getting there. The buses aren't being utilized as much as I would like. Trams are being utilized beautifully. Well, they were, so there's obviously not a lot of people coming into the city at the moment, so they're not being that much. But people can get to work pretty easily. Back and so forth. Yeah, okay, so we've got those buildings coming in on that side. You can see they're coming in quite quickly, quite nicely. Start off with just level 1s. And then I want to think about, because on this side this is where we had the extra basketball courts. Because we've got all of these parks running through, you can see it just makes that part of the city so green, so beautiful. And I'm pretty sure these guys are not going to be complaining about noise. Well, they've just moved in, so high noise pollution. So they're really not happy. Let's just let them settle a bit. -3 noise pollution. Because it's right next to the schools. Yeah. It's because it's next to the schools. Okay, it's not great. Alright, so we're going to bring in some more medium, I think, on this side as well. Going to make it nice and green, trying to add as much space as possible, so much less noisy as possible. Okay. And let me just use this tool just to remove stuff that's currently there, and then I'm going to use the line tool and I'm just going to draw rows of trees. $900 just for those trees. I appreciate the amount of money that I'm spending on them. Okay, perfect. So we've got those coming in. And then I think I'm going to use like mixed commercial over here. Now that we've got this interchange in, maybe we can start thinking about bringing in more low residential on this side. So I'm going to in just a few blocks. And then the same thing, what I'm going to do is just the roads in between. So I'm going to take most of the snapping off so that it doesn't break the zoning. Okay, and then use the management tool just to remove the intersections and the traffic lights. Okay, and houses. Okay, so we've got a little bit of the city start forming out on this side. And when I start rezoning the low residential on this side, what it's going to do is I'm going to bring the low residential to this other side of the city. We can maybe even use a bus from the bus station. Have a route that goes around and wraps around that city. Otherwise we can put in train or tram to see how it goes. Okay, so it's looking good. A little problem with the crematorium again it seems, but we have capacity, so it's just a matter of them getting there. Traffic doesn't seem to be too bad. Quality of our roads doesn't seem to be too bad. They're nicely maintained. See, so they don't get out here as often. What I'll do is, as we expand a little bit, I'll probably put some more road maintenance out this side. Okay, and if we look at the parks, the park coverage, and all of our parks are green, so they've been maintained beautifully. Maybe we need some more greenery in the center of the city. Also reduces the sound and the noise pollution. That's ideally what you want, I think. Okay, so some low residential coming in there, and maybe I want to rezone these, because like these coming in from the outside, you can put shops and everything at much higher residential, because it's obviously a lot noisier, so these people are going to be not very happy, but they seem to be very happy, although their wealth is wrenched because it's such a small little house and it hasn't upgraded. Okay, cool. So we're definitely doing much better, guys. So I really hope you enjoyed this next episode, and yeah, please like and subscribe, and like and subscribe, and you'll be able to see more daily videos and see more of me building the city and growing it and expanding and seeing how many people we can get in. So I hope you guys have a good day, and I'll catch you next time. Take care. Cheers.